Diddy drugs people for frequency control. I want complete frequency control of whoever. And it's not just Cassie, it's not just Kim Porter, it's so many other people. And by the way, in P. Diddy's case, the sodomy ritual, yes, the ritual that they use in order to conjure up energy, call it sexual magic, call it black magic, call it whatever you want, but they do that. Okay, so never think that it's crazy and people don't do it. It goes all the way back to Egyptian chimes. It goes all the way back before Jesus. It goes all the way back. They do all kinds of energetic. It seems stupid to us if you say, I'm going to sacrifice somebody. That seems dumb. It's like, sacrifice them for what? But energetically, they're taking that energy. They are consuming that energy.
Have you not believed in what you seeing in your eyes? They tell you what it is and now you are surprised. Welcome back to Media Mesh, where I give you my unapologetic opinion on everything from music, movies, news, reality, TV, and so much more as we go down a rabbit hole. Now, Miss Sloan Bella, she accurately predicted that about this time, there would be a big issue for Mr. Puff Daddy, and she's back with more, all right? So we about to get into it. She has the real reason, in her opinion, as to why Miss Kim Porter was unalive. So, rest in peace to her. And listen, with no further ado, you want to stay tuned for this. She's talking about Biggie. She's talking about everything. Let's go.
When they say that her former baby daddy and people did not want her to write a tell-all book about what she witnessed, and they are dumbing it down to the fact that they think that P. Diddy is on some kind of spree for removing people who speak about this because he's gay, that is not the issue. I want you to hear me. That's one thing, and he may have his own shame about that, and it may be culturally not right for him, whatever. Get in line in society. That is not what this is. A few years before Kim passed, so probably 2016-ish timeframe, thereabouts, could have been 2017. She was communicating with authorities. I heard that. Authorities were aware of information that she had, and were asking her to gather more, and I'll use the word intel, but more information about a particular instance. Now, the instance, what I was shown is the instance went back to a party, which was not thrown by her husband, not husband, baby daddy, was not thrown by him. It was a party that she attended. And it was a very formal gathering with very high backseat chairs, kind of like adorned, maybe old school backseat chairs, like just really high. At this dinner, there was some brokering deals done, okay? Because I feel like she was invited and observant, but not participant, okay? So she was not participating in this, but she observed what was going on. And I feel like it upset her, what she heard. There were people who shouldn't have been at this dinner, as in people you wouldn't expect to mingle with other people. She came across the ritualizing sexual abuse, and that's where she drew the line. That is what she hooked into. That is what she found out. The ritualized sexual abuse of minors in order to tap into energy portals within the soul body or spirit body, and then hook into that energy. Now, when that happens, the person, and we'll just use somebody like Justin Bieber, the person who's had that happen, he's given what he wants, which is over here. We know Bieber was famous as a teenager and all of that. How do you think he got that way? Because they harnessed his energy and presented him while him, the self, is broken. He is broken and a shell of himself because he has lost his sense of self. They stole that. That is what they wear. So it's like they're wearing his clothes, but look at it in terms of energy. This is what Kim found out. She found out exactly what was happening. She'd been blocked from that. She'd seen a lot. She'd seen some kinky shit. She'd seen some weird shit. She was asked to participate in things that these narcissistic, psychopathic type people ask their partners to participate. She witnessed this. Now, if you follow a religion that believes you need the brightest, strongest, let's look at it this way. If you want energy that's as big as a diamond like that and as authentic, where do you get it from? You get it from children. And what if you are using those ritualistic behaviors at children? What if you're doing that with children? What if you are putting spores into children? Okay, what do I mean by spores? Energetic hooks. What if you are putting energetic hooks through the act of ritualized sex? Not sex, not like, oh my God, I'm hot, I want to fuck that person. Not that kind of sex. Ritualized, thought out, planned specifically to rip the person down and hide behind their energy. That is what we are talking about. We are talking about the ritualizing, sexualized aggression directed at young children, mainly male, in order to harness their energy. It's not a book about him being gay. He may have had gay sex. Do we expect any of these people haven't? I mean, really, we're talking about people in the entertainment industry. Don't they do everything that, other people don't want to do?
Yo, didn't I tell y'all? Okay, so you can believe whatever you want to believe, but you better understand this. Those that are in those entertainment industries know exactly what she's referring to. You're talking about ritualistic sex magic with young folks to harness their energy. This is what gives them the ability to obtain the wealth and riches in this world. And it's so much deeper than the average person can imagine, because you're just listening to music, not fully understanding what's taking place, why people are in positions that they're in. But it looks like your boy Diddy allegedly done messed with the wrong one, because her soul is not at peace. And in the spirit realm, she has people obviously fighting on her behalf. And him doing this to her is ultimately going to be his demise. So Cassie got some money, but it looks like Miss Kim Porter is going to get some justice. You cannot do evil and think you're going to always get away with it. And these elites that's higher than him, they definitely not going to let him bring them down. So if he has to go, he got to go. Just another brother. And that's how the game go. Let's get into what Miss Sloan has to say about Kim.
Stands up so strong. Okay. She stands up so strong. I am being represented, and they will find out what he did. So somebody is legally representing her in her death, is what I'm being told. I don't know who it is or how that works, but somebody is representing her. She is not going to remain listed as a pneumonia death. People are going to know what happened to her. She's a really good girlfriend, and there's a series of girlfriends, actually. There's a whole series, and I distinguish a difference with one of them because the girl's hair color is different. So this other woman looks like an actress as well, who is very close to Kim Porter. And she had, I'm just going to say it, like strawberry hair, or the hair is strawberry. She prefers that color. She's been secretly working behind the scenes to get information. There is a mentor that did to him what he did to this current girlfriend and to Kim Porter and every other person that he's been around to take advantage of on an energetic level. He is now going to reap that. That is now happening to him because they don't want the person who groomed him to go down. And that guy hides in the background. There's a whole bunch of political stuff going on. Like there's political stuff. There's ties to this country, that country. And there are younger musicians that are going to come out against him and talk about what he did. The bodies that are buried. Okay. So the bodies that are buried, they're going to talk about it. Talk about it. There are men in other countries who are going to speak about it. There is political connections to him in other countries and this country. They're going to speak about it. The clothing is a front for something else. The clothing is a front. Of course, they have to produce clothing, obviously, or you can't sell clothing, but it's a front for something else. That clothing traveled all over the world. What happened as that clothing was traveling all over the world? That too is going to be rectified. So this man's going down. Within 4 years, I see his energy kind of whitewashed out, and I don't feel he's around. I know it's going to be a continuation of dominoes until he can't take it anymore.
All right, if you're still here, man, it's about to get even deeper. I told you I like to go down the rabbit hole. So she's going to get into Biggie Smalls. Now, a lot of people definitely felt some type of way about his untimely unaliving, and a lot of people pointed fingers to Mr. Diddy. Well, we're going to hear what Miss Sloan Bella got to say about that one. That should be very interesting and eye-opening. She actually is going to touch on a female that was very close to Mr. Smalls. Very close. That was also involved in his unaliving. Let's get to it. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Tell everybody about this channel. I appreciate your love and support. Let's get right to it.
Called him a devil dog. Don't know what that means, but that's what he said. So there was a mole in the bunch, or a rat, or a narc, or just a plain asshole trying to get everybody killed. He showed me a third person. 3 people are responsible for his death. One of them is a woman. I do not know which woman this is. I don't know if it was the first baby mama, the second baby mama, which was a wife, or maybe the first one was a wife too. If it was a girlfriend,
Is it faith?
that this was somebody that he loved very much. And he is saying that she turned on him with the devil dog over here. He's saying that, and he's saying that and by the way, he says the people who killed him will come to have to deal with that. It's going to come out within the next 4 years. He's talking about the war that's being fought right now. And I don't think he means gang war. I actually think he means spiritual war. And
Who was real with me? In time I came to see who was there for me. They say hold up, wait up, but for what? But for what? Only back you down, they never show up. No, when you need them, only around if you can feed them. Yeah, show you no love. No, when you blow up, and pull up, wanna ride around.
What's going to happen with P. Diddy over the next 4 years? It's a 4-year progression. So we're in almost 2024. So go to 2028 or thereabouts. What's going to happen to him is his vibration is moving this way and sideways, while the rest of the people are leveling up and to the opposite direction. So what she's showing me is that he will be forgotten about, which seems impossible because he's been all over the news like a crazy person and is very famous and very wealthy. What's going to happen with P. Diddy over the next 4 years? It's a 4-year progression. So we're in almost 2024. So go to. He says the people who killed him will come to have to deal with that. It's going to come out within the next 4 years. He's talking about the war that's being fought right now. And I don't think he means gang war. I think he means and there are younger musicians that are going to come out against him and talk about what he did. The bodies that are buried. Okay. So the bodies that are buried, they're going to talk about it. Talk about it. There are men in other countries who are going to speak about it. There is political connections to him in other countries and this country. They're going to speak about it. He will not be able to spend his money. That huge amount of wealth. I mean, what are you going to spend that on? But do you ever wonder why these people only donate to specific organizations in a specific way? And there are younger musicians that are going to come out